Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, people are really leaving Austin. The traffic, the prices, the heat, the hail, a political climate that's become increasingly polarizing. It's a lot. And for the first time in decades, more people are moving out of the city of Austin than ever before. But here's the twist. Most of them aren't leaving Texas. And let's be real, there are some big reasons why people are finally saying, I'm done with Austin. First up, the cost of housing. In 2025, Austin's median home price is hovering around $558,000. That's a massive jump, even from a few years ago. Meanwhile, in cities like Manor, Hutto, or Kyle, you can still find homes that are $350,000, sometimes with larger yards, newer construction, and actual elbow room. Affordability just doesn't go very far in Austin anymore. They're paying more for less, smaller lots, older homes, and often foundation issues along with other things. Then there's the issue of space and lifestyle. Austin's density has exploded. Traffic is one more thing, but so is the noise, the crowding, and feeling like you're just being squeezed. In contrast, the suburbs like Liberty Hill or Leander offer bigger homes, quieter neighborhoods, and space to breathe without giving up access to shopping, schools, or amenities. And for families, schools play a really huge role. Many of these surrounding cities are home to some of the top-rated school districts, often outperforming Austin ISD in graduation rates, college readiness, and student-teacher ratio. That's a big motivator for parents looking to plant roots somewhere that actually supports their kids' long-term goals. Finally, there's just a sense of reclaiming peace of mind. The charm that made Austin special, the community, the creative spirit, the Texas pride can still be found. But for many, it now lives just outside of the city limits. So today, we're diving into six places people are moving to instead of the city of Austin. Places that still give you space, affordability, and that Texas lifestyle just without the burnout. Let's start with Kyle, Texas, one of the fastest growing cities just south of Austin. If you've been feeling priced out of Austin or like the city's just too cramped, too noisy, too expensive, Kyle is one of the places people are turning to for a reset. Between 2020 and 2024, Kyle's population surged 44%. That's one of the biggest jumps in Central Texas. And there's a reason for it. In June 2025, the median home price in Kyle is hovering around $309,000. And Zillow estimates values are trending down about $317,000. So you can get in at a lower price. Compared to Austin, where the median home price is pushing $558,000, and you can start to see the appeal. Here's what Kyle has to offer you: a newer home, larger yard, a family-friendly neighborhood, and more breathing room without you having to go so far out into the hill country to receive it. Yes, the commute can still be 30 to 45 minutes, even plus, honestly, to get downtown, depending on the traffic. That's true. But a lot of folks are making that trade-off for the lifestyle upgrade. Of course, this is subjective, as everybody's idea of the word upgrade is a lot different because every family is different. And it's not just about the space. Kyle has been ranked one of the top hottest zip codes in the entire country. Why? Because homes are still affordable, still move-in ready, and still within reach for first-time homebuyers and young families. Now, let's talk about the vibe, my specialty. Kyle feels like a place that's trying to grow right away. It's got Hayes ISD schools, which perform above state averages, and the city's been investing in parks, trails, and infrastructure that supports this boom. It's definitely suburban, but there's pride here. You'll see families at football games, community events downtown, and local shops alongside new development. For buyers, Kyle gives you options under $350,000. Good news. And honestly, that's hard to find in the Austin area. For families, it gives you school, space, and community growth. And for anyone feeling burned out by Austin's cost of living, Kyle might just be that soft landing. Now let's head a little north of Kyle to Buda, one of those towns people used to just pass by as they were on their way to San Marcos. But now people are planting roots here. If Austin feels like it's growing a little too fast, getting too noisy, too dense, too expensive, Buda does offer something different. It's still close enough to be convenient, that's for sure, but just far enough away that you feel like you have a little bit of a break. Listen, it's charming, it's relaxed, and community-centered. The median home price here is hovering around $373,000. So you're not getting the cheapest homes in the area, but you're not getting the most expensive either. So what are you getting in Buda? Well, you're getting proximity to Austin, space, and a small town feel that's becoming really even harder to find around the Austin area. And that's just the trade-offs a lot of folks are making. They're willing to drive the 30 plus minutes into the city if it means that they can come home to quiet streets, a backyard, and a neighborhood where people wave at each other. Schools here are part of the Hayes ISD, just like it is for Kyle, which performs above the state average. You've got newer homes, you've got newer campuses, strong teacher retention, and a district that's kept up with the population growth. For families, that's a big deal. And if you like your weekends a little slow-paced, Buda delivers. There's a walkable downtown with local shops, farmers markets, festivals, and green spaces. And it's not all sleepy, okay? We got newer retail centers, big box stores that are close by, and healthcare hubs that are starting to pop up. So who's moving to Buda? Families that are looking for stability without Austin's chaos, remote workers who are hybrid that sometimes need to go into work and then the other times they can stay at home, and folks who are just ready for a bit more peace and quiet, but still are close to modern amenities. What do you need to know about Buda? Buda isn't just trying to be trendy, and that's okay. It's not exploding like Liberty Hill or Manor. Growth here has been steady, manageable, and intentional. If you want the kind of town where your kids can ride a bicycle, where your neighbors know your name, and where you're still close enough to the city to get into all the action, then Buda might just be the right choice for you. Let's talk about Manor, a city that just a few years ago felt like the edge of Austin. But now it's officially one of the fastest growing suburbs in Central Texas. If you've been priced out of East Austin, or you're just tired of permitting and trying to remodel, all of those headaches, Manor is where a lot of people are heading to. Between 2020 and 2024, Manor's population increased by 58%, and that is no accident. As of June, the median home price in Manor is around $329,000, some of the most affordable in the entire Austin area. And that affordability isn't limited to fixer-uppers. We're talking brand new construction, updated interiors, and growing master plan communities. But what really sets Manor apart is the location and potential. It's just 15 miles away from downtown Austin, with quick access through Highway 130 and 290. And it's right in the path of Austin's eastward tech expansion. With Tesla's gigaplant, Samsung, and several logistical hubs nearby, this is an area where people are investing early. Okay, what's the vibe check here? It's young, with a median age of 35. It's transitional, and it's full of opportunity. There's still open land with new neighborhoods that are going up fast, more retail shops, more than ever. They even have a Chick-fil-A, okay, which wasn't there a few years ago, and a lot more coming. It doesn't have the same polish as maybe Leander or Kyle, but that's also why people are getting in now. As for schools, Manor ISD is still evolving. The district held a D rating from 2022. There's pending litigation with the Texas Association of Educators, so we don't have the newest data just yet. But niche.com gives it an overall C rating. It does have some standout campuses like Manor New Tech High School, which is known for its project-based learning and STEM programs. Graduation rates hover around 89%, and the district has made gains through the college readiness programs. So who's moving to Manor? Remote workers, of course, who want to live close to Austin without paying the Austin prices, which makes sense. First-time home buyers looking to maybe build some equity in a growing city. And families who are okay with growing pains in exchange for long-term upside. Let's talk about those trade-offs. Most parts of Manor still lack walkability or fully established retail, but it's in motion. And if schools are a top priority, you'll definitely want to research specific campuses. If you're betting on appreciation, livability, and location, Manor is one of those places near Austin where you can still get in early at a lower cost, though it may take some time to appreciate. Up next, Hutto. And this one no longer is flying under the radar. Hutto has quietly become one of the fastest growing cities in Central Texas, jumping more than 50% in population between 2020 and 2024. And it's not slowing down. If you're someone who's tired of Austin's teardown and rebuild trend, or frustrated with the tiny yards and zoning and all of that stuff, Hutto might be a breath of fresh air. Here, you're not just buying a house, you're buying space, community, and future growth. The median home price in Hutto is around $344,000. That's nearly $200,000 less than what you would pay for the same size home in Austin. And most of the homes here are newer, they have larger yards, open layouts, not the 1970s fixtures or any issues that you might find in an older home. Hutto is also home to some massive growth plans. The city's investing in a master plan development called the Gateway at Hutto, complete with lakes, trails, retail, restaurants, and even hotels. It's designed to feel like a true destination, not just a suburb. And the school district, Hutto ISD, is growing fast. The schools are improving every single year, with a current graduation rate of 94% and rising on those SAT scores. Are they perfect yet? No, the district still holds a C rating, that's 2022 of course, but Niche has it at a score of a B. Families moving in are seeing the progress and, more importantly, improvement from the community. So what's it like? Hutto has a strong sense of identity. You'll see that in the hippo statues around town. Yes, really, they really do have statues of hippos everywhere. It's got small town energy with just enough big city access. It's about 30 to 40 minutes away from downtown Austin, depending on traffic. But for many, that's a fair trade-off for a quieter neighborhood, more house for your money, and a town that feels like Texas. If you're a first-time homebuyer, growing family, or just done competing in the market in Austin, Hutto is the kind of place where you can finally exhale and maybe even put down some roots. Now, let's head on over to Northwest, to Leander, one of the most popular suburbs in the entire Austin metro. If you've looked into relocating even a little, chances are you've heard about Leander. And there's a good reason why. Leander was ranked number 8 in U.S. News and World Report's Best Places to Live in America in 2025. That's not just Texas, I'm talking about the entire nation. And when you look at the numbers, it makes sense. The median home price is sitting around $432,000. That's not the cheapest on the list, that's for sure. But compared to Austin, where prices are over, again, $550,000, you're still getting more for your money. And in Leander, a lot of that money goes towards quality of life. We're talking highly rated schools, spacious homes, strong resale value, and one of the few suburbs with a commuter rail line that will take you straight downtown. That's right. So while most suburbs force you to use I-35, 183, or MOPAC, Leander actually gives you a public transit option. Now, does it still need expansion? Absolutely yes, but at least it's a good start. Leander ISD is one of the top performing large districts in our region. With a graduation rate of 97.8% and strong SAT and ACT scores, and over 40% of students in AP courses, it's a big draw for families who are prioritizing education. Okay, but what's there to do there, Angie? It's a blend of family-friendly, master-planned living with a touch of modern convenience that is still in the process of fully being developed. There's a lot of commercial development that's underway. You've got trails, splash pads, parks, and community events. But you also have big box retail, restaurants, and downtown-style development that is underway. Now let's talk commute. You're looking at about a 30-plus minute commute, probably on the plus side, to get to downtown Austin. But remember, you can still access that rail line. Now, the one drawback about the rail line is it's still going to take you about an hour to get to work, which is more than driving. But if you're somebody that wants a little freedom on your drive and to get a little work done, a little Wi-Fi, that could be a good option. So who's moving to the area? A lot of folks who still work in or around Austin, of course, those families because of the schools, and move-up buyers who are looking for more space. If your priorities are schools, outdoor lifestyle, expansion, and long-term value, Leander should absolutely be on your list. And finally, let's talk about Liberty Hill, a city that until recently felt like the deep, deep hill country. But in 2025, it's becoming one of the most in-demand suburbs in Central Texas. Here's why. While Austin is getting tighter, taller, and more expensive, Liberty Hill is going bigger, wider, and smarter. In 2020, Liberty Hill's population has nearly tripled. And it's not just because of the new homes. The city has been adding big name retailers like Costco, Target, restaurants, and shops, which are all under construction now. That combined with top-rated schools, big community pride, some of the most supportive parents that you'll ever meet, and yes, you gotta have your spirit gear for your kids' school. And you've got a recipe for long-term livability. Right now, the median home price in Liberty Hill is around $482,000. It's definitely going to cost you a little bit more. You're not paying that premium for square footage alone, though. I just want to reassure you. You're getting room to grow. You're getting new construction, master plan developments that are loaded with amenities, a school district that is consistently ranked as one of the top ones in our area, and the community aspect. Liberty Hill ISD has a graduation rate of 99%, strong college prep scores, a reputation for teacher support and parental involvement, and more importantly, it's a smaller school district, which means less crowding and smaller class sizes. It's one of the biggest reasons families are skipping Austin ISD altogether and heading northwest. Definitely have to do a vibe check here. It is an upscale hill country lifestyle. You'll see Texas flags, football games, golf carts in the driveway, and kids playing in the street. You'll also see growth, investment, and forward-thinking development. And the commute, it's 40 plus minutes to work, and in rush hour, a lot longer. But for most people, it's worth it to come home to quiet streets, spacious homes, and strong community values. So, who's moving here? Definitely families looking for highly rated schools without paying West Austin prices. Buyers who want space, who are looking for long-term value, not just in the home prices, but overall in the community. And anyone who's done with the stress of city living, but still want access when they need it. What should you know? Liberty Hill is still developing. You'll see construction zones, growing traffic, expanding school enrollments. But if you want to get in before prices jump up again, now is the time. This isn't just a suburb, it's a full lifestyle change. Yes, people are leaving Austin, but they're not giving up on Texas. They're definitely not giving up on finding a better way of life that's convenient for them. And honestly, that looks different for everyone. For some, that means more square footage. For others, it means better schools and quieter streets, or just the ability to buy a home without taking a second job. The truth is that people aren't running from Texas. They're just looking for a version of Texas that makes more sense for their lives today. These cities, Kyle, Hutto, Leander, Manor, Buda, Liberty Hill, they aren't perfect by any means, but they're real options for people who want space, stability, and a future that doesn't feel out of reach. So if you're watching this video and thinking about your next move, you're not alone, and you have more options than you might think. If you've got questions, my team and I have answers. Click that link below to connect. Let me know in the comments which of these cities surprised you the most. Or if you've already made the move here, what's your experience been like? Did you find this video helpful? Then hit that like button. And if you're feeling my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that you don't miss a thing. And I'll see y'all on the next one.